Everybody? Live stream real quick, see what everybody's bored and tired of all craziness right now. I just maybe I see what everybody else's topic right now and talk some shit with you guys. So if anyone's around, definitely chime in. Chat. Love to hear from you all. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Find off everything and see what everybody else is in the world. When that's some perspective, maybe see if this works too. I'm not sure if it's working. Anybody joins in, sounds good. If it dies off in about 10 minutes, I'll pop off, try it out, and everyone's living. Currently, I'm living down. I live in Chicago. I'm living down the street from where National Guard is. Chicago Police Department. Things fell off. Energy is weird for everybody else too, but like right here, uh, strange. I don't, I'm gonna go ahead and post a link for it as well to you all that are watching. If you guys haven't joined, I'm sure a ton of you have joined that are potential viewers here. But if you haven't joined, it's a really good community. It's just supports freedom of thought and individuals' perspective, no matter what they are. So I highly suggest joining. It's kind of like the good of though. Ever. But if anybody's watching right now, definitely let me know if the audio and video is good. Let me know anything you want to talk about, how your day is going. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Monday, 1st of June. Feels weird. But yeah, let me know how everybody's doing. Hey, what's up, Josh? Thank you for tuning in, man. I miss hearing from you, buddy. Like after our podcast up, we kind of stopped talking a little bit, but I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing really good through this all. Happy apocalypse. Uh, yeah, I'm hoping that you're finding a way to kind of like get away from it all, because it can definitely be over. Thanks for letting me know about the good audio and video. I'm hopeful that internet connection like pretty standard going forward, just because we do live podcasts, you know, in the near future, I want to be able to have 2 or more guests on. Well, including me, it would be 3 people total. I want to be able to a full podcast live potentially, and then on top of that, have a feature of live call-ins, guys. I have the setup ready to go. We just got to find a time and date and make sure all the technology is set up. DMT, what's up, buddy? Loud and clear. Thank you, man. How's your day going, buddy? Hope it's well. Hope everything's going good. Where are you guys tuning in from, by the way? Are you all in the States, or are you guys all over the place? Trimmer Life, how's it going, buddy? Choppy audio for you. Saying excellent connection for me. Maybe it's something on your end, but if other people are experiencing it, maybe I'll restart my mic or something. Doing good over here. Got plenty of time for self-work. Yeah, man, that's the silver lining of this all, right? I think that's the way to look at it, that this is a time to just better ourselves and get out of whatever funk or get out of whatever routine kind of was back, if there was one. And I just know a lot of people love work and love the routine of work, even if they don't like the job. So it's like a big shakeup, you know. And it's going on like 3 months now. I think it was beginning of March. Yeah. So it's going on 3 months now. A lot of people are struggling financially, mentally, and like even me, man, I've been struggling with it a little bit mentally. Trying not to let it bog me down too much, but the jump to like get up and do things, avoid distractions like Netflix, video game, whatever. You have to have a pretty eating can be a curable. You have to be pretty strong with to do that. I'm trying to. From Sacto, is that Sacramento? No worries, I get the gist of what you're saying. Yeah, man. How's Sacramento doing during all this? I saw in, where was it? Bay Area. I think Stanford. I think I saw some protest going, but nothing too crazy, or nothing at least that I saw that was like, you know, out of hand, whatnot. But yeah, Josh, going back to what you were saying about trying to better yourself, what have you done to kind of, you know, refocus your routine, or I don't know, better yourself and find the silver lining and time off? I just know for people that are looking for like financial, people that don't have monetary means to really put themselves through, this is when it's starting to get tough, you know. And like I said earlier, I'm in Chicago, but like this is probably one of the hotbed areas where things are getting crazy, other than obviously Minneapolis city. And we were supposed to reopen the state on May 30th. We were supposed to reopen Chicago and like downtown area this upcoming Friday, and like that's gonna have to be postponed. Like I think all this is postponed, and it's gonna keep getting harder. You went to the protest, Trimmer? That's awesome, dude. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've been seeing, I don't know, I don't really want to talk about it too much because a lot of people have opinions about police, but I've been seeing a lot of peaceful protests, you know, and it's like there's different things that kind of escalate it. And there's definitely outside people coming into town, things or whatever. But a lot of the times, like, there's unnecessary force being used, I feel. I wasn't there. Like, I was honestly too scared to go the first day. But once they opened Chicago back up and the protests start again, the people. How was the protest though, Trimmer? Live in the ghetto and lots of sirens later at night. Yeah, I feel that, man. I live on the south side of Chicago, so I'm in a safe area where I'm at, but still close enough to hear everything, gunshots and ton of sirens, helicopters, things like that. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man, and participating. This is great. I was hoping that some people would come on and I could kind of like put myself in your guys' shoes and just get myself out of my own mind. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, how was the protest in Sacramento? Was it big? Was there a lot of people coming out? I hope this is a waking up point. I'm seeing a lot on, so although that's not the best barometer, I feel, for the real world. I think it's at the point where people are saying, "All right, time's up." No matter what color we are, we have to take something that we've been fighting for, people fighting for centuries, and I think it's about time. And fortunately, it seems like the route hadn't worked in the past. So, Josh, you saying I've been regulating my time by saying if I can watch the after it gets up, and that's good, man. And from morning to evening, I've been doing meditation, podcasts, and exercise for financially. I'm out of work and all are are met at least. That's good, man. That's you got to be grateful for that, and because um, I mean, first of all, having a loving family is amazing, and being able to fall back on now is perfect. But dude, that routine that you got there is something I should probably try to start mimicking. Um, is there like a benchmark that you try to hit? That I did X amount of hours of meditation, I did X amount of podcasts that were informative, and then you start letting yourself enjoy the rest of the vices or whatever, or is it just however you're feeling that day? Trimmer, you're saying locals are finding piles of bricks. Think they're planted there. Yeah, I could see it, dude. I could see it. Uh, that's the problem with all this. The media is controlled. A lot of this be staged. No, I'm not saying it is staged, but I mean, look at the video that was proof in Minneapolis of that one cop smashing windows. It's like, why would you do that other than bring about violent protests? It doesn't add up. Good amount of people, good mix of races, important. Definitely agree with that. Lots of cops with gear on. Heard there were some cops joining our protest, but I didn't see them. Yeah, I did see. I saw something like super powerful online. I missed like the negativity, and it was, I believe, cops in Portland that dealt with the protesters, and then there was another area that I wish I knew the area so I could give them credit, but all the cops went out with protective gear, and it's just a good sign when you do that. It's like, we're not here for war, when you arm yourself with bulletproof vest and the helmet and the riot sheet, all that. Like, although I'm sure there's people that will say that's necessary, I just think that is putting out the image that we're gonna battle, and I don't know. It's just hard, and like it could be frightening, man, because like all these people that it's a perfect timing of the coronavirus, the weather getting better in a lot of areas, um, the economic situation due to the coronavirus, and then George Floyd's death, and it's just the perfect blend of chaos, and just, all right, we're done with this. Like, we're not being able to work, can't make money. We have all this time on our hands, and enough is enough. Time to make a play on this. Um, Joshua, you say that, yeah, at least 3 hours and 2 podcasts worth of exercise first thing in the morning after having coffee and 30 minutes an hour meditation. Dude, that's admirable, man. I do not have that discipline at this current moment. I wish I did. What sort of workouts are you doing? Like, I went to different websites and different department stores a little bit ago, and I feel like all the home workout stuff has been bought out, and if not bought out, the prices are through the roof. So I just been kind of doing body workout stuff. I just ran for the first time in a while, like 2 days ago. I got to keep myself to do that, and my girlfriend's been doing like 10,000 steps a day and all that. So trying to get healthier by the day. The big thing for me, I think, is the problem. being obsessed with it. Or I don't know if I use that as a distraction, lack of, but I definitely eat, and I have a thing salty. Oh, you play it by ear. Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. I often set benchmarks in my mind, and that can cause issues. I When I say, I have to do this by that time, it just causes unnecessary stress and anxiety about the situation. All supposed to be good. So if I say, I have to run by noon, or um, or like the day is off, then if I don't run by noon, there's so much on the line that mentally it's probably not the best thing. But how's everybody doing today, though? Like, hopefully, trying to stay off social media a little bit today. I've been at the point where I've been these scanners in the area, a lot for safety, but a lot entertainment. But how's everybody doing today outside of all? Anybody tripping or microdose? Anything on? I I think what else they help for run. I think planning out meals has been helping me a lot. I need to get back on. I need to get back on my uh like creative grind, and also my like ability and desire to like eat healthy. There was a time that I was just eating super clean, and lost a ton of weight in a month, and I enjoyed it. You felt the energy, and I don't know if I lost the joy of that, or I'm just too lost in unhealthy like behaviors that kind of slowing me down. Trimmer life, you say, been trying to go out as nature as much as possible. People have this avoiding social media. Good dose. What Gil hours? What's that? Um, Trying to go. Dude, I'm doing the same. I want to try to do the same thing. Like I'm in a very urban area, a very metropolitan area. So the only nature around me is kind of parks. I don't have like a yard or anything. So I'm doing my best, but I need to do a lot more. In 2 weekends, I'm going to uh, a family, a part of my family members' place that's on a decent amount of acreage. I'll be there for about 4 days, and that's gonna. I'm planning on just like unplugging entirely, other than music and podcasts, and just kind of resetting because I need it. I really need that reset. Um, when you go out though to nature, do you find in Sacramento that too many people walking around and kind of takes away from it all? Um, let me know what Goa Gill is. I'm sure with that. And how was that trip, by the way? 30 hours sounds crazy. Tripping that long, or that's over a day? How was that? Uh, Joshua, you say I luckily already had a barbell, weights, dumbbells, rings, boxing bag, pull bar, and gym. Using that, I was yoga and calisthenics. Yeah, dude, that's people are getting not lucky because people are working out, home for a long time before this, but everybody that has that like at home setup, I'm envious of, because you don't have to worry about a gym opening up or anything like that. I just do the exercise. I feel like that day for at least 2 good podcasts worth. Okay, that's good, man. What podcasts have you been listening to? I've been stuck in my rotation. Some comedians, Joe Rogan with guests, um, Duncan Trussell, but I guess I haven't found anything. Maybe fiction or like storytelling. I could see myself getting into something like that. What sort of podcast do you do? I've been trying to clean up my diet too, mostly getting most of my protein from amino acids. Most important thing is get your sweating for a while. Yeah, that's it too. Once you get the momentum of sweat, it just keeps coming and it keeps going. It feels good at the end of it. Goa Gill is a DJ. He started Goa Trance. Am I saying that right? Goa, I think. His music is ideal to bring out the shadows while you do LSD. Yikes. Sounds a little spooky, man. Uh, Floyd Gill bringing out the shadows. Is it enjoyable shadow work, or is it just stuff that you want to work through? Do you kind of go into the trip uh, with the goal of working through some problems? How would you? No music streamed on Gill 30 hours. Oh wow, that's crazy. Under the skin. What is under the skin? I think I've heard that. I feel like I've that in like top of the charts. Oh, it's the Russell Brand one. Yes. How do you access that without paying? He went to paid, didn't he? And I'm trying to figure out how to get around that system. I believe that all media should, that kind of restricts some of my purchase. I feel like podcast, or that's definitely not, unfortunately. I think that's a good but when I try to find some podcasts, a lot of them are behind paywalls now. London Real too. We did a video. We actually did a podcast, I think, about London. They were David Icke interview, and that was kind of the first time I got exposed to them, re-exposed to them. I was exposed to them due to a Dorian Yates documentary. That was incredible. That was like a couple years back, and I got back on it with David Icke stuff. And I did get, I saved on my YouTube, watch later, a movie that they created, or like a documentary with a ton of psychedelic figures and a ton of people that I knew. I'm not sure what it's about, but I want to check it out. I think it might be about ayahuasca. Oh, you paid? Yeah. Is it worth it? Is it a lot? I guess I haven't looked into it, but I saw that he had Duncan Trussell on, and I thought that could be such a great interview because I saw Russell Brand the last time he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I felt like he was so well versed in his ideas that I don't know, it connected with a lot to the point that I remembered it, and a lot of the podcasts I feel like go away in memory, but that one stuck with me. LSD was good, up with so many revelations about my life. And check out the Inside Timer app, bunch of meditation. Oh, sweet man! Actually, I'll do that right now. But you said the LSD. So did you go into your trip like wanting some watershed moment? Um, Wanting to figure some stuff out? What sort of revelations did you find out about what's going on with us? A lot of people are saying that it's just like it's a yin to a yang, so better days are coming, but there's also the doomsday people that are saying that this is the end of times. I don't believe. Oh, you gotta go, buddy. Thanks for having it. Yeah, man. I'm planning on just hopping on whenever I feel like it, whatever I'm feeling like talking, whenever I want to get my mind off of things. Ruben's gonna join me a couple times too, but I don't know. I figured we have this community, so I want to engage with you all. But thanks for tuning in, man. Stay safe out there, and hope you're doing well. I'll see you on the next one. Josh says 3-4 a week and get podcast. I'll have to check that out, man. If it's worth it. And did you listen to the one with Duncan Trussell? Is it any good? Kind of hooked on his stuff, on Duncan stuff. Oh, who's this? One Self Resentment. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sending a chat. I appreciate it. How's your day going? Grabbing this Insight Timer app. I think I downloaded the app. A lot of it was behind a paywall or something. I stopped using. But I'll have to check out that the Russell Brand Under the Skin, especially if it's free for a week. I mean, if there's only a couple episodes that I want to give a listen to, I'll give it a go and see if it's worth it. Great podcast, Duncan. Yeah, Duncan Trussell's kind of the man. Like, I feel his message is extremely pertinent right now. Oh, Theo Vaughn, yes, I love Theo. Uh, I got hooked on him like 2 years ago or something like that when he was on Joey Diaz's podcast, telling the story about that night when he went out on the Daryl Strawberry story, essentially. And I got hooked on him from that point on. He's so like novel in the way that he thinks that it's just hilarious. I actually went to go see him live probably a year ago ish. Came through, but yeah, I think Duncan Trussell's message is hitting hard right now to a lot of people. A lot of people are finding him uh, at this time. Pretty cool. Are you waiting in radio? What's that mean? Something malfunction. But oh, what's up, Tom Mateo? I didn't even say what's up to you. How you doing, man? Are you waiting in radio? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let me know. But yeah, Duncan has practiced yogi. Yeah, he's super into all of that and definitely admirable and like inspirational to see. Did you guys watch the Midnight Gospel? That was pretty good. That last episode killed me. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. Super heavy, but to see like animation that brings out that much emotion. Incredible. Yeah. And what's crazy about Theo to me, and what makes me like really, really like him and support him, that it's just him. You know, it's who he is. Not like a character. He's not playing a character. He's not playing Theo the comedian. At least not all the time. Most of the times he's Theo Vaughn himself, and I find that to be what's great about him. You could be your original self and your being, and just do you, and have it be something that people resonate with. Like that's awesome. Something to look up to. Midnight Gospel is super trippy. Yeah, Josh, did you see that last episode though? That last one got me. Like I still haven't watched or I still haven't listened to the podcast that he did with his mom. But because of like how impactful that episode, but at some point I need to listen. Anybody working on some projects with this time? Do anything creative? I gotta get back on my music. I have to set it back up. I have my keyboard set up, but need to I need to get more. I need to get my beat pad set up. I can do that. I was thinking I need to play instruments and just pressing buttons. I have them. Yeah, you saw that last episode. Yeah, sad, but it was done so well that it like motivational time. You know, it captured death pretty well. Here, who is Theo is? Yeah, if you're talking about Theo, yeah, he's another guy that's can speak his mind pretty well, even though his mind is pretty crazy or like not crazy, but just unique. But anybody working on project? Anybody have art or anything I could see? I'm trying to get inspired and refocus my energy on stuff instead of gaming or zone, whatever else I'm MLB. Cleaning feng shui. Yeah. What is feng shui? Is that just like organizing things? I gotta keep that up as well. I think it's so easy at this point in time to just kind of slip into the blah, into the gray. So I think like maintaining cleanliness, organization, is key. Something I need to do. You can't see my room right now, for I gotta practice. Feng means setting way that I think I'm saying the environment. Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of like set and setting. It is set and setting. Wow. Why don't we say feng shui instead of set and setting when we're talking about that? Let's start doing that. Feng shui. Claims to Chinese geomancy, geometry, practice originating from ancient China, which energy harmonized individuals surrounding environment. Literally translates to wind water. Yeah. Oh, setting and set, not set. Okay. Joshua, you say your goal for this time is just to get as strong as possible mentally. Might be trying to become a martial artist for now, for a few years now. So that is so this is the opportunity on that feng shui now, yo. Yeah, dude. What are you doing to do martial arts? Are you teaching yourself, or how do you go about that? I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that there's no like dojos or whatever they're called open right now, but it could be off depending on where you're at right now. Yeah, get it mentally. That's super smart, man. I just struggle with the discipline. Like I think I'm just stuck right now, and I'm trying to figure out how to become unstuck and progress more. Like I feel like I've hit obstacles, but it hasn't been defined. Like I don't know what the obstacle is, and I need to get over it. I need I need to break through it. I need to get through the hurdle. Set and setting, maybe that's a created allegory. I don't know. I just thought of it. Yeah, like you pull your energy in from the environment, surrounded by clean prana. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like I kind of the same thing about like surrounding yourself with like my like the energy around you. It manifests with and that includes spaces you're in. If you're in a dirty ass room, you're not planning on dusting, vacuum. Yeah, like you're gonna be bogged down. That's why what Jordan Peterson says the first thing you do is make your bed. Make your bed. Is anybody here still working during this, or are you guys essential workers, or you guys just? I know Joshua. Well, anybody else got a job that you can feel it, Peterson? Yeah, so he's the man. He's controversial guy, but he's message really resonates with a lot of people. I don't know a guy that does BT cognitive behavioral therapy, a program on that called self-authoring. I believe that's it. I bought access to that during a sale one time. I haven't accessed that. Maybe that's something I should do. That and the self-taught self-taught martial arts. I feel like that's like learning a new language. Maybe even harder. Self-taught studying the UFC fighters, practicing boxing, tai chi, strengthening yoga is actually very important. Dude, that's incredible that you've been doing that. You said you've been doing that for a few years now. How's that coming along? Are you planning on using it to fight or compete, or what do you want? What's your goal with it? I guess nothing is really you in the middle. Where are you at? One Self? Where are you located? It is a bit odd though. Like yesterday we were going to go help my girlfriend's into their new place, and they are about an hour and a half south of where I'm at, and wouldn't know anything was going on. It's the major metropolitan areas, and then obviously mine. But it's pretty crazy. Almost a revolution going on, and I'd say of the country aren't even exposed to it in real life. But Josh, what's your goal with the martial arts? Are you just trying to better yourself through it, or what are you trying to do with it? That sounds awesome. I mean, that's like the one thing that Rogan always suggests to his guests and struggling, right? Is that you should check for jujitsu. Wrestling, I was second in New Jersey, worked in. Dude, that is incredible. So you're in New Jersey, Jersey State. I'm how was work like doing the yoga? Are you still there doing that? And are you still? Do you live there? Well, sounds like something I need to check out, dude. Sounds like quite the beautiful existence. Post this live stream. I'll keep going for a little bit with the communication. I really appreciate it, guys. I needed something to my mind off it. Like yesterday night, dude. Yesterday night, I just walked by the area where they're holding the National Guard currently, and then a lot of CPD, and it's just energy around it's anxiety, anxious, not good. And after that, I'm following Twitter, and then after that, I'm watching the banner. So I really appreciate you all for tuning in, and helping me out. I'm gonna post this our Twitter real quick, see if we can get a few more that are interested. Um, have you ever heard of Kalindi Icke? He talks about psychedelic roots martial arts. Southern. Oh, you're in Southern USA. Okay. Um, yeah, Kalindi Icke, rest in peace. He died due to corona complications, right? I think that's how he passed. But he's the one that go on like super deep journeys, take large doses, right? Responsibly. But I remember, I think I've seen a couple of his YouTube talks. I haven't heard him talk about the martial arts being psychedelic. I haven't heard that part. I'll have to. Is the fan that I have going on the microphone? Hey, you on YouTube? My goal is just to become the best me I can become what I know I can. If I do complete it, be to test myself, but it's not the goal. I wish to become resilient, whatever the times. I wish to become resilient, whatever the times throw at me. I tried you hard to train that on your own. Yeah, isn't you just like a lot of like, pulling around and grappling, or like more combat than anything? You almost need a partner in that. Um, but dude, your goal is great. I really appreciate that perspective. Uh, that is the probably the goal of this, right? Is to be the best person we can be. Sometimes you need a reminder of that too. So thanks for reminding me. I really, I hope your goal is good. Hope your goal is coming along good. I need to. Problem with me is a lot of my goals can be superficial, and they can be directed towards um, like fame or monetary gain, something along those lines. That's not. I feel like that's not the best way. Purpose and developing yourself all the time it can be good, definitely, but just to be comfortable with oneself is uh oneself 40 to 50 grams. Yeah, yeah. He went deep. Yeah, he went, but yeah, he did pass away. I think, and that's probably why you said dang it. Yeah, he did pass away. His family can, very sad because he was kind of along the lines of like the Terrence McKenna's. He was he was just another guy that was able to communicate the in-depth experience and do it so eloquently that he was listening, and it wasn't jibber jab like I might be doing right now. Martial arts are psychedelic, in my opinion. Mental states like on are martial. I've heard that. I've heard that we ended the podcast talking about doing. I think it was Tai Chi while they were. I'm not. Preston Gasser, what's up? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Um, One thing I've been realizing is that the control I have over what's happening in the world, even in my life, is so little and abstracted that it's better to just exist how I am every moment. I agree, man. Do you believe in like determinism? Is that what you're trying to say? Where everything is kind of determined already, and you don't have control, so you just have to enjoy it. Is that what you're saying, or are you just saying like let go and exist? I think. But Joshua, yeah, man, I made some serious headway last year. Put on 15 pounds of muscle. Damn, dude, I'm on the opposite spectrum of that. I'm on the lose pounds fat. That's where I'm at. That's a goal. One self resentment says Tibetan tantric meditation. Imagine the best of yourself sitting across from you. You breathe in and out each other's air and conscious. Give me some of that, please. I need some of that. I need to practice. I tried. What's it called? One is called that some meditation where you're humming or like doing. I've tried that, and I still don't have the discipline to do it as free as I should. That's awesome. That tantric meditation. I'll have to. Yeah, might be a guided one. I'll have to check that out. I appreciate the information. How to a real Let's see where I left off here. Preston saying, I don't think it's already determined. I think it happens spontaneity of them and letting go of control is synonymous with letting go. Yeah, dude, that's a challenge though, is it not? Like how do you practice? How do you practice letting go? I don't know. Is there still free will, right? There's still the ability to choose. How do you go about it? Is me going after something letting go, or should I just let things come to me as they do and kind of like support my family, kind of choose my virtue? I don't know. It's a hard idea to kind of flesh out. Um, the Dalai Lama's titled "How to Practice" last chapter. Dude, I gotta check that out. Dalai Lama. Is the book called "How to Practice" or is that the name of the chapter? I have a book by the Dalai Lama. I think it's like Happy. Oh, it's How to Practice. They have a meeting. I'll have to check that out, dude. I'm actually gonna download it right now. I'll throw on my. Thank you for that. Thank you for all this, guys. I really appreciate it. Anything that any tools that you guys have that have been really helpful for you, I'd love it if you'd pass it along. Share them. I'm trying to think if there's any that have been. I can't come up with any. Um, listen to Under the Skin podcast with Opera. Active. We'll do, man. So I guess I'm getting that free trial. Are you sure you have a job doing marketing for the podcast? Uh, I think what we are experiencing now is a memory of a higher consciousness. Chapter, yeah, it's called How to Practice. Great. I struggle with long reads. I don't mind them, but for me, my attention span can kind of dwindle quickly. So I like books that grip me, and then it's like, all right, it's done. So I'll definitely check that out. I'm gonna download it. But you said that I think what we are experiencing now is memory of a higher consciousness. I was actually on Kenny Knight's live stream, Night Dimension. You guys don't, and we kind of talked about this. The community that was there at the live stream talked about it all together, and one of the ideas that we talked about was how we could God or whatever you want to say, each a part of that, like you said, the higher consciousness, a part of it, and we are giving that certain vantage point of that whole. That's what, and that stuck with me. I can see that. I can. No sponsor. Yeah. This is this. I actually have to upload avatars on. It's pretty. Yeah. I gotta get. I gotta scan it in. I gotta get a scanner. Buddhist belief is that we are God, constantly self-forgetting and going memory. I could see that too. Is that is that why when you kind of lose the ego or like lose the memory of self that kind of feel that energy? I could see that totally. And yeah, dude, that's my brother. My one of my brothers that He's also like super accomplished in other ways. He's also drawn since a kid, and I think that's probably one of his first like real drawings in a decade, or maybe a little bit less than a decade. Awesome. Exactly, Preston. Yeah, yeah. No, I totally gel with that. I vibe with that. And then once we come back into ourselves with our own like storyline and narrative, things kind of forget. You can forget about it, dude. That's why I think the reminder of taking a kind of maintain that belief of not all me right here, my body, but I'm also I'm connected to the higher power, and I think that's super important. I haven't experienced that feeling. I know of it, but it's something else to know of it, but then experience it. I need to dive back in pretty soon. And like microdosing is one thing, but it doesn't give you that feeling, unless you take much that's not a microdose. But like using like microdoses to be productive or creative, like that's a great idea. But if you're trying to feel that feeling that you just described, um, need more than that. Need more. Oh, I have a there's this artist that I really like out of Chicago. He does like nature human collective. It's hard to describe, but it's like a very simple artwork. Like one of those. I don't know. Like it's something that everybody feels wild in one at all. You've had lots of those feelings oneself. Yeah. Yeah, but doesn't it go away? How do you guys hold on to it? How do you guys hold on to it? Oh, and Preston, how is how do you practice letting go? What technique finding yourself not to fall into the trick? Yeah, looking back, that part that I didn't capture that. That's where it all came. I'm gonna be trying some 6-8. Been on the verge. Been on the verge to apply certain eyes. How good? Um. Oh, you're asking me. Oh, I can't answer. That's that's within you. I I've been thinking about trip that I don't know if I can commit to it, like location wise where I'm at, but also like the anxiety of pandemic might get to me. I was almost at the point where I said I'd be down with it, but then things just pick back up. I think I just need a little more time, and that time can't. I need myself to can accept and be ready for. What is 6-APB though? Is that like that a LSD alternative? I've heard of it before. I don't know or tried it. Me, the only real way I've felt able to solve is meditation. Yeah, long meditation though, right? Or are you able to after habit meditation? Are you able to just kind of get to that point? Feeling the, yeah, man. Hard to pull the trigger on those things because you don't want to freak out, because of the world's energy. Oh, it's a Molly analog. You said that. My bad. Okay. Yeah, no, I've never tried it. I've never tried Molly. I've never tried ecstasy. Um, I feel like I would experience way too high of a high, you know, and then the next day I'd be efficient. So I don't know. But if it works for you, man, go for it. Whatever you're feeling. I could see how Molly would be nice, you know, from what I've heard, you know, from people's experiences. Very happy. I could see that being right now. And it does reset. A nice little brain reset. Daily routine that I'm happy with. I don't have to try. And when I catch myself trying or thinking about the future past, affirm that I am enlightened and try to lose paradox. You gotta realize that you are what it is. Yeah, that's right. It's a little paradox, right? Um, daily routine that I'm happy with. Don't have to try. That is nice. I think I kind of have that. Like you mean like make coffee, do some light reading, or just whatever your day to day is without just like having a laundry list of. I like that. When I had a peak experience, I was able to go back to it. Back to what? Oh, that feeling. Yeah, dude. I think that's what those peak experiences are kind of for, right? Is to go back to that and remind yourself that there's more of this. There's more than this. There are layers to it. You know, not what you see every day isn't all there is. You caught up in too much. There's important things that need to be done, you know, here. But sometimes you that escape, you know, that remind state of mind, the brainwave, like reverse end, kind of what draws are. Because I don't know, that's perfect. And kind of like when you're coming off of big experience, that you can like pick apart what you need to change, things you wanted to change. Like you get to rearrange it, throw away the bad, keep the good. It's like reverse engineering. Like you have to kind of take it apart to figure out how it works, but then you can make it work right if you. I stopped taking. I would have affable and come back into. So that's all. I then realized if I want to be active, also I had a really bad. Well, I like your reasoning because you know after a really bad trip, you're trying to figure out what the hell went wrong. You know what happened. Like you said let me reread this. I stopped. Oh, and realize if there needs. Oh, so your ego was getting stronger while you'd also have these like trying to keep. Is that what you're saying? I've had that same realization. The second part you said though, come from within. I've had that same thing, and it could be a driving force. You know, it's good when that realization, like, okay, I can achieve and needs from me. You know, it doesn't outside forces, but you can forget that and discipline towards that goal. I think that's when you need that re-kicking. You know, that's just like, oh, okay, let's go. You know, I have the goal back in my mind. I'm thank you for that message. We're moving. Um, audio seems to be breaking up, kid. Titty, Titty, what's up, man? How are you doing? I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in, kind of helping me out, just talking to me. I'm hoping everybody's having a good day today. Kitty, is the audio breaking up, guys? It still says I have excellent connection. I'm hoping that that's the case. Like I said, though, if I need to restart or like repower my microphone, I can do. I've been able to achieve the states that I've been in on DMT or LSD just through stuff like yoga, Wim Hof, and meditation. obviously more powerful on psychs, but I feel like maybe I'm making real headway with. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the first time I tried Wim Hof, I was actually like home, my parents, my bedroom at night. I couldn't. Said why not? I heard about it, and the tingling you get, like the energy you feel, it is something crazy. It's wild that oxygen and the control of oxygen in our body can create those sensations, ear ringing, that. And I actually have downloaded the 10-week course on that. We're actually going to have somebody on the podcast that did the full 10-week course. He's a member of our community, Adam, great guy. And I'm excited to interview him about it, just to see what's changed. He's been doing it for like anxiety and stress, but he also has back pain. So I want to see if it's helped him and kind of helped him getting going without needing ibuprofen like that. It'd be to see what his results are. I think that'll be coming next week or the week after. We have two guests lined up for the podcast. We have one come on and talk about UFOs. I think former armed service member, and then we have Adam, who's a great guy, a part of our community. They're both great people, but Adam, he's been here for so long and been a member of this community for so long. We're having him back on. He was the guy that we did the episode about mail order mushroom in Canada. He's coming back on to talk about or so after the experience. Yeah. I understand. No possibility of bad trips meditating. Yeah, no, I think meditation. I think with trips that like really helped me. Previous one, I started losing whatever. Would just say, all right, I'm gonna sit here, like I would darkness wherever in a room, and I would make sure that I said to myself, I'm gonna sit here and I'm just gonna breathe, and the rest can happen, but I know that I'm just sitting here breathing, and I think that can be really important because you don't freak out, you're just like, I know what my body's doing. I'm gonna let the rest go. After times is good. I totally, gosh, I did 20,000 mics of 20. Need to get my understanding correctly. Right? That the accurate math right there? 200? Is that two tabs? Let's see. 1,000 mics though. I was in a state of mind long time, couple years, very lonely. Better now. How was that experience like? What? I'm sure the after of it all was almost as much as the trip. Just coming back to this. Kitty says if your mic is on voice activate, it's not on voice activate. It's just an open gate. It seems low to where it's cutting out. Um, is it cutting out people? Can somebody else chime in, or is it just Kitty's internet? Hoping that it's not my end. I'll have to figure that out. I moved the mic closer to my mouth though. Maybe that'll solve the problem. That should help out. I don't need to be sober anymore. Hold up, let me do 2 sheets. Oh my god, man. I know you're the type of guy to do it, Josh, though. I'm talking to you on that podcast. You're the type of guy to do that type of thing. What is that driving us that's like we have to be sober? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have that drive where it's like you feel bad if you're not, you know. It's good when you're loud, yes. Okay. I'll just keep it close to me. Let me see if I turn up the... This better? A little bit better? What are you brewing, Preston? If I have to figure out the microphone thing, though, I can get better. I can get better at it. I could figure out. I think it should be good, though. I gotta turn volume down. I have to turn my headphones. Okay. Ego death, no choice, like literally. But it's not just you. It's like everyone you've ever known, his ego died for you. Scott T, what's up, buddy? Social conditioning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. It's definitely that. That's just like any state but sober is bad, you know? It's a part of how I was raised, and it's a mixture of social conditioning as well, because that's how it's perceived everywhere else too. Like media and whatever. Let me turn down my headphones a little more too. That's probably why I was so low. My headphones were up. Turn up the gate a little bit. LOL, I'm joking. Not doing 2 sheets soon. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that, man. Don't do it. I'm lucky I had support to get back on my feet. Yeah, dude. Was that while you were at the meditation center? Was that while you were there? Because I feel like that would have been like the perfect spot to kind of reset and get back into your body. A lot of people talk about when in The Brotherhood of the Screaming Abyss. I think that's the name of that book with Dennis McKenna and Terrence, about when Dennis lost his mind and just like needed assistance coming back to reality. It took him like a month or whatever. I haven't read it, so I'm just paraphrasing what I've heard, but don't do it. I'm lucky. Yeah, I read that. It's all good now. It's quiet. If it's quiet, it seems to cut you out, though. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, man. Thank you for letting me know. Tim Renault, you sound good. What's up, buddy? Thanks for letting me know, man. You were on a weed farm at the time? How was that? How was that experience? I've always wondered what working at a weed farm would be like. I feel like it could be pretty good. Back in the day, probably not so good. Like when it just started getting legal in Colorado and Portland and all there, and all, or Oregon and all that. Like I don't think that's when they were still raiding the farms, you know? Like that would have been horrible to work for one of those back then. But now that things are kind of normalized, it could be good. You don't remember it? I can imagine, dude. You're probably lost within or out in space or something. How's everyone doing though? I think we got like 10 viewers in here. How's everybody's day going? Let me know what you're into, what you've been working on during quarantine or anything else. Oh, the experience you don't remember after a couple of hours. Yeah, dude, you're probably just toast. Dingleberry Dreams. What's up, man? I dig the name. That's hilarious. What's up, homies? I'm at work delivering weed to the people. Gotta feed them. Yeah, dude. Where you at? Where you at that are you delivering? Is that California, I'm assuming? I guess Colorado probably has it too, but I know a lot of the places that just became recreational don't have the delivery part in their laws yet. You're doing really well under the circumstances, Tim, other than slight insanity. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of breaching that point, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, though. Um, you've been creative with your time. What do you work on? What are your creative outlets that you work on? But yeah, oneself, I can't imagine what you went through. Like, there's probably like a lot of unpacking that you don't even know what happened, you know, and then it's just like flares up or whatever. I could see that happening to the point that probably spook you a little bit. I'd be scared. Did you willingly do that amount? Like, was that a choice, or like, how did you even come to that conclusion that you were gonna do it? In the beginning, I stared out a window lined with house plants, looking through my own reflection at the starry sky and mountains. Oh, Tim, you saying I just posted a video of me singing the lyrics to Highway to Hell over the music of Stairway to Heaven. It's on my channel. I'll check it out, man. Is that does that sync up? The lyrics and the song, do they sync up? Let me see if I could find your channel real quick. Stairway to the Highway to Hell karaoke. Dude, I'll check that out in a little bit. Oh, you said this was recorded during a riot? That's wild, man. Some crazy millionaire guy talked you into it? What? I don't know what's going on with that. But yet to Tim, I'll check that out. Do you sing? Is that what you do? Are you a musician of some sorts, or are you just a singer? Yo, you know when you talk to the guy in the podcast with the Mount Tam Psilocybin Education Conference, my bad trip actually happened on Mount Tam a month earlier. Talk about a synchronicity, dude. Right? Like, at what point when you saw that, when you listened to that episode, were you just like mind blown? Kind of. That's crazy how that lines up sometimes. Yeah, he's a good guy. I think his name is Daniel. If I'm not wrong. He participates in the Discord a lot, and he's awesome. Big fan of his. And he's like super calm. He helped me kind of refocus some intention, and yeah, I'm a big fan of his. Oh, you're in Arizona? We have an okay medical program out here. Not the best, but I'll take it. Are you guys in Arizona? Are you guys is it medical for like chronic illness, or is it, can you get medical for like sleep problems and stuff like that? Is it more lenient? I like the pineapple painting behind you, LOL. Yeah, Kitty. I actually have like a decent amount of pineapple stuff in here. Let me see. I got this guy. He lights up. You won't be able to see it with the light on it. But I got this guy. I got another lamp over there. That's a pineapple. I got a little pineapple motif going on in here. This is my office. It was very clean. Not at all. I'm just super rad. Thank you for going live. I have a ton of trip questions I'm afraid to ask for now. Ask them. That's why I'm here, man. Let me know. And no problem going live. It's something I've been thinking about doing, and if any of you guys know Denight Dimension, the channel Denight Dimension, it's hosted by Kenny Denight, and he's a good friend of mine, and seeing his live streams and seeing how cool it is to participate with the community, like I knew I had to do it, you know. I knew I had to start doing this because it's something I've been mulling over in my mind. I just hadn't had the motivation, and he kind of sparked that for me. He tried to puddle on you? What does that mean? Sounds odd. Beginning. Chronic pain is a qualifying thing. Only medical right now, but very laid back. That's good. You could probably go to like pro weed doctors and they'll sign anything for you. That's kind of how it was in Chicago or in Illinois before it went recreational. Like I had a couple of friends that got their card, but literally less than a year later, it's legal in the entire state. You can hear the siren if you listen right after the chorus. Were you right by the protests? Ruben, what's up, man? You want to join in or you at work? I could get you in here. You can hear the siren if yeah. Where were you at in the protests? Were they like outside your window or is it just nearby? Kenny's sick. He's a good guy. Big fan of his. Derek, what's up, man? Hope you're doing all right, dude. I know I'm sure there's protests nearby where you are. Hope you're staying safe. Hopefully your work hasn't gotten hit. I forget what you do for an occupation, but I hope it's all standing and you haven't gotten a toll from that, from like looting or whatever. The last thing, everything on my channel is me. The last thing is the only karaoke type thing I've done. There's a really trippy song that I recorded at Desert Days that you might like. There's another song about how we need to dance your ass off until the bomb drops. I can get behind all that, Tim. What but you said you aren't a musician, but you do have these songs. What's Desert Days, by the way? I haven't heard of that. Fallen, what are you saying? Oh, Fallen. There's another song. God damn it, Ruben. My son is a Boy Scout. Is it a Boy Scout Zoom meeting? Probably don't have the bandwidth and I'd rather just troll you anyways. Sounds about right. It sounds about fucking right. Yes, sir. Safe and sound for now. Thanks for asking. Of course, dude. I really do care about like the community. It's like I'm like finding myself and my friends and like the help find the others community, and it's crazy because it would be non-existent if I hadn't seen Ruben's video when I saw it. The whole thing kind of blows my mind sometimes. It's a term used on the psychedelic scene, puddled. It's like when someone takes so much mushrooms they're just laying there freaking out, comatose. Yeah, I don't like signing up for those type of experiences, so I'm glad that you didn't get puddled. Or did you get puddled? The only thing that I've heard, which is something that Ruben talks about, is what is it? Thumbprint. Taking a thumbprint for the chemists. The chemists use it as like a rite of passage where you dip your thumb in it and you take it. That's a fine apple. Yeah, man. Like I said, I got my guy right here. Got behind me. And then the other one's plugged in, so I can't grab it. And I have like a table, a pineapple table somewhere too. I don't know how I got to the point where like I had all this stuff. It's been gifted to me, but I've loved it all, and like I think initially I was on it because like the r/trees on Reddit, they use the pineapple, you know. So I was kind of hooked, and then just grown from there. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's staying safe during these times. If you're in like a major metropolitan area, it's probably the smartest move to stay inside. Unfortunately, the weather's finally nice and probably should stay in. Oh, Pure Received, also known as Lysergic. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. How's the first shift life treating you? Still liking it? I gotta start getting on that. I gotta start getting on some sort of disciplined sleep schedule instead of just going to bed whenever. It's been like a free-for-all within like the last month. I just said fuck it. It's a free-for-all. Trip question. How often is too much if you're only doing a half every time? How often is too much if you're only doing... What does that question mean? If you're only doing a half every time, your dose size is already figured out. So I don't know. I think I got puddled. Yeah, it sounds like you did. I mean, if you don't remember post 2 hours or whatever, it sounds like you definitely did. It was in my apartment and a big march went by my building. Well, I'm glad you're here safe, Tim. I'm glad you're here safe, because the good thing about like the protests and whatever is it does seem like residential areas haven't been targeted for looting or anything like that. That's all right, I guess. You were recording in your apartment with the window shut when the sirens happened. Yeah. Doing well. Yeah, I'm digging it. Hope you're all safe. Yeah, dude. Yeah, perceived. It's just weird because like you have to work so that it doesn't bring a sense of like paranoia or like anxiety or anything like that. You have to like work towards feeling comfortable where you are, even though I can hear like sirens outside my window. I can hear like gunshots at night, stuff like that. It's just like you have to work towards feeling comfortable, because if you came to the block that I live on, you wouldn't know anything's going on, but it's just the sounds. And then I go on Twitter and see live reports, and things kind of can get blown out of proportion in your own mind. You know, you don't really know what to believe in. I mean, you see this craziness going on, and a lot of it's, you know, less than a 5-mile radius from where I live. Desert Days of the Trip Festival that Ween played at last year. I gotta Google that. Let me see. Desert Days. Oh, okay, California. It looks pretty cool, man. It was scheduled for April, but it's gonna get rescheduled. That looks pretty cool, dude. I haven't really been to like a camp out festival. I don't think ever. I've only been to like day festivals. I need to check one of those out. I've heard some people use the term puddled when a dealer had liquid in a Visine bottle or something like that, and instead of taking a few drops, they squirted a puddle into your palm. I would freak out, dude. I wouldn't even know what to do, or on your tongue. But I've heard, yeah, people call that being puddled. That's kind of what happened. Yeah, I would, if I said, hey, let me get a drop, if a drop was a dose and somebody squirted it in my mouth, I'd just like, what? I'd start panicking. That's not a way that you want to start a trip, that's for sure. Desert Days is a psychedelic music festival in Paris, California. Yeah, no, I just looked it up. It looks, like I said, it looks really cool. It looks like you're kind of like secluded too, which is great. Anything like that, like Electric Forest, I think is another one. Or I know, what's the one that's kind of gone super commercial that people aren't happy about in California? Oh, Burning Man. Like that's kind of the same lines, it seems like. Do you take ketamine? Love to you, homie. Hey Daniel, what's up, man? I appreciate you coming on, and I hope you're doing well during this time. Hope you're staying safe. I have not taken ketamine. I've never been offered it. I've never taken it. I do like hearing people's stories about it, though. It's something that intrigues me, especially with its medical use. Like, it's something that kind of is a widely accepted thing now, and doesn't get the same media and attention that weed or like LSD or MDMA gets, you know, kind of like an under the radar type of thing, but probably because it's being used for other things than therapy, but also for depression. There's more medical uses for it than just like what they're just starting to test it for now. But I've seen that to happen to other people. I was like, yo, he just squirted that whole thing in your mouth. Yeah. He just looked at me and shrugged, thinking, man, you don't know, dude. So a famous musician, you said, dosed you? Is that what you're saying? I'd puddle my pants. Exactly, dude. That is the exact reaction, that's for sure. About 20 minutes later, he went on stage yelling murder and mayhem. People use psychedelics as a weapon more than you think. I don't like to think like that though. So I guess it is more than I think, because I don't like to think like that. How so? I mean, I know like the United States government was using it for like mind control and testing in that regard, but I guess I haven't really heard how it's weaponized currently. Oh, okay. I get your question, Tim. If I'm only doing it half every time, I think it's just whatever your tolerance is. Like I know somebody that takes it quite frequently, and it's just however they're feeling, you know. If the moment arises where they want to take it, they kind of take it, and they feel it out. They don't place like the stigma of this is too much or this is too frequent. I do know that people have like the HPPD and things like that stem from it, but what you're taking is more of a microdose. You know, you're not kind of going into the crazy realms with half of that. So I don't know, you just got to feel it out, and I would say just document it. You know, document it so that you can look back on your own thoughts in the moment and see if it was too much for you or if it was good, you know. And then I think at some point you'll realize if you're good at that time or you need to keep going. Thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate your time. I have some shit to do, but take it easy. Peace. Later, Preston. Thanks for tuning in, man. Like I said, we're gonna try to keep doing this frequently. Like I have a lot of free time on my hands right now, and I feel like this is a better way of using my energy rather than sitting on my ass and playing video games or eating or anything along those lines. So I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon, but stay safe, buddy. But yeah, Tim, I don't know. You just have to feel that one out. Like I think, people use psychedelics as a weapon more than you think. Like if you got too much mojo, they try to knock you down. What happened to Sid Barrett? I heard all the girls like him, and jealous people kept dosing him. I don't know who Sid Barrett is. Hopefully that's not somebody that's like super notable that I should know about. English singer-songwriter. Oh, he was in Pink Floyd. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could say weaponize it. You're saying like people like peer pressure, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Is like people peer pressure way too much? Or maybe I'm just completely unaware of what you're talking about. And if I am, I apologize. The cops are going to throw tear gas grenades at people. The people should throw LSD grenades at them. Yeah, dude, I'm down with that. I'm not down with that, but yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, I know, Kitty. I'm of the younger generation. I don't know Pink Floyd as well as I probably should. I apologize for that because I know he's definitely a notable person. USA government dosed an entire village in France with LSD for days. I do not know about that. What do I Google search for that one? Okay, so yeah, pure perceived probably has a better take on what I just told you, Tim. He said he generally waits at least 2 weeks between only because the effects become very diminished. Yeah, I guess you could probably build up a tolerance, no doubt. But yeah, I would listen to him. He's definitely more experienced, I feel, in those regards. I don't really take like half dose like that. Like I'll do, and maybe that's something I should explore, but I'll do like either like, you know, a microdose or something larger. That like middle of the road thing can kind of get me feeling weird, where I either want to take more or I want to like not be where I'm at, like at that position. So try to steer clear of that. But yeah, no, Ruben, I'm down. Are you gonna load them up? You gonna find a way to create LSD Molotovs? By the way, Ruben, how's Cincinnati doing? Aren't you near there? I feel pretty sure you are. I saw that their newspaper like had no one of the local newspapers had like no recognition of the protest occurring in the city. I found was pretty funny. Sign of the times, definitely. Ruben, you can throw LSD grenades at me. Yeah, all you gotta do is just stand in front of the cops and we got you. Be puddled and be fuddled. Yeah, I can't even imagine the mental space that you go to when you're taking too much like that. Or I guess it's not too much to some people when you're taking that amount. I can't imagine. Daniel, though, if you're still here, do you have any experience with ketamine, or were you just trying to get some information about it? We have a couple of podcast episodes about it if you're interested. I can figure out what episodes they are about ketamine. But we've had two people come on and talk about it in a medicinal setting. They both did it with like in a therapy setting. And both of them were highly informative, definitely. Let's see here. So we got episode 6. That was way back a year ago with Matthew Hendricks. He reached out to us. He runs a blog that I think he might still be running. It's in the description of the video. But he's been documenting his ketamine therapy through that. And then our latest one was number 53 with Arceus. And he went through like a dark time and was very fortunate to have ketamine therapy be the reason why he got out of that, and that with regular therapy as well paired together. Love from above with drones. Yeah. I'm going through kind of a psychedelic resurgence after 25 years of not doing it. How so? What have you been looking to partake in? Are you just reading more and more about it, seeing trip reports and whatever, or are you diving back into the whole thing? Daniel, you're now 21. Yeah, I think if you like really want to get into it and you have treatment-resistant depression, or I know there's some doctors that will work with you, you can probably do the therapy. But I know it's also, I don't know if it's one of those substances that it's hard to know if it's pure or not if you buy it on the street. I'm unfamiliar with it. Been very important for me during the healing process after a loss. Doing much better now. I'm using it more recreationally now. I just don't want to overuse it. Yeah, no doubt, man. I think it is, whenever there's a change in your life, or like either you're seeking change or a change happened to you, I feel like these substances can help you out then. All the ketamine talks on Help Find the Letters are very good and well worth the listen. Thanks, Derek. Appreciate that. We're hoping that they're worth the listen. But a lot of the times it's just like the guests make the episode, you know. We do a lot, but those guests that come on, they've all been amazing at telling their story, and that's really what grips us. You're in the burbs, all good there. Haven't paid attention to Cincinnati, but I know my buddy's tattoo shop in Dayton got his window smashed in. Damn. That sucks, dude. Shit's going wild. Like down the street, about 6 blocks from me, there was like jewelry stores getting looted and whatnot. Fortunately, we were kind of one of the last areas to get hit last night. So a lot of the places that got hit knew beforehand and locked their shit up or took it home with them, or like took their valuable stuff. It's okay you don't know who Barrett is. I mean, dude, I looked it up. I know who he is now. I'm not good at name recognition anyways. If you would have said the lead singer of Pink Floyd, I'd be like, of course. I don't love his work, but he is the notable musician who started Pink Floyd. Yeah. Hey, Stahn, how's the no THC consumption going? Dude, it's going good, man. it's too much for me. I've come to that conclusion. I think it's too much for me. And it like kind of hurts me to come to that conclusion, honestly, because I used to love it, you know? It's something I did like from 18 to 22, 18 to 23. It's something I used to love, dude. I used to love smoking and consuming THC in whatever way. But I don't know what happened. I think it was a mixture of like events occurring while I was smoking that just kind of turned me off from it. And then also, I'm sure like psychedelics in the mix kind of threw things off a little bit. But it just got to the point where I like the psychoactive component of it would make me too paranoid, or I'd be too anxious to communicate or get out of my mind and enjoy what I was doing. So I was just like, it defeats the purpose of even smoking, you know? I still use it occasionally for sleep. It does help me if I take like an edible before bed. But I've recently just got on CBD and buying a ton of CBD flower. I made a big order, and I might go get it in a little bit to show you guys. But it's amazing because it's like the same thing. I can still have the sensation of smoking, you know, without having that paranoia, and I still get relaxed from it. There's a lot of great benefits that I get from smoking CBD. Now I'm smoking CBG, and I mostly vaporize them, but both have brought great results, and I couldn't recommend them anymore for somebody that's going through something that I've gone through similarly. I haven't wrote off like THC completely. I do feel like there'll be a day that I come back to it and I get back on my old train, but it's just not for me right now. Use Salvia divinorum to help kill psychedelic trauma. I've never done Salvia. Oh, what's up, Sarah Doe? You're new to the chat. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I haven't tried Salvia. The first time I was exposed to it was actually like sophomore year of high school, and I just didn't do it. I just heard stories about it from friends, and it kind of scared me away from it. But now that I've kind of met people through this community, Kenny DeKnight is a big proponent of Salvia and chewing the Salvia leaf. He is somebody that I would definitely go to with any questions about Salvia. So if you're looking for that as an alternative to dealing with psychedelic trauma and using that, I would definitely go to him and see what he's about. He's DeKnight Dimension on YouTube. But I haven't tried it. I haven't had the real urge to seek it out, really. I don't think it's legal where I'm at either. So, listen to Dark Side, Wish You Were Here, and Metal. So very, very brilliant. I've listened to to Dark Side, and some of their stuff is just incredible. But I don't have the same connection that people that went through that music at the time do. You know, I don't have it where it reminds me of events that were going on in my life during the time, or memories and all that. I think that really is what makes great music even better. You know, I haven't been able to have that with Pink Floyd. I have it with a ton of different artists, but not Pink Floyd. Disc Golfer 420, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining in. I experienced the same exact thing with THC after a few LSD experiences and life happening. Really hits me hard to hear you say that. Dude, it's something that I don't think people talk about. Like, I feel like there's either the pro THC crowd, which can smoke every day and love it, or there is the anti. And there's obviously the responsible use. But there aren't that many people that I haven't seen, at least. There could be, but I haven't seen a lot of people talking about how like they can't handle THC after being able to handle it. I don't know what it is, but I can get into like really deep realms from smoking, where I used to be able to like split something with me and my buddy, and I'd be able to go to class or whatever, you know, like, and socialize, go out, go play sports, whatever. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what it is. I love the whimsy of Sid Barrett. Yeah. I'd chew it, but never smoke it. In the Woods. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that's what Kenny talks about, is chewing it too. He's smoked it, and he has smoked it on live stream, which he's talked about in the last podcast we had, but chewing it is what he's about, for the most part. And I think that's the way you kind of have to do it. And the good thing about chewing, it does seem that you can kind of like ease your way into the situation. It's not like a direct impact. I make oil with CBD flower, and it's great as a daily supplement. Girlfriend uses it for anxiety with great results. Smoking it hits harder and faster for sure, though. Yeah, Scott, I think that's kind of what I was looking for, right? I think it's something that I was looking for an alternative, and I had tried CBD in like capsule form and oil tincture, and it does the job, but I think a lot of it is just that like sensation of smoking that I missed. And that allows me to have that enjoyment and not like bug out, you know. I'm able to smoke with my coffee, like I love that, and work on whatever I'm working on for the day. It's not crippling or anything that I had to go through. And it wasn't a bad thing. Like when I would smoke it, like if I smoked right now, like, and I decided to sit in silence and meditate, I could go to psychedelic realms with it. But it's just like I can't go throughout my day after that, you know. It's like it's almost like a trip. It's weird. And the other thing with that too is those like people, friends, my family, like they all smoke, and it's just like hard to connect with people that are like this. So it's a bit odd talking about it. I had a horrific experience that terrified me spiritually to an extent that I actually shook when I thought about it for at least 15 years. Sorry to hear that, dude. Sorry to hear that, Tim. And after 25 years of having real life experiences and dealing with the real horrific shit, I realized I had a flame retardant soul, and I'm not afraid of anything. That's a great silver lining to that story, dude. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but like you said, you kind of have to go through that to come out on the other end, you know? I'm glad to hear that it's worked out for you. Terrified you spiritually. Yeah, dude. I feel that time's the big healer, though. That's for damn sure. Time is the big healer. Whether you forget about it or you just learn how to cope with it or whatever it is, time is massive. Your mate Tom on YouTube talks about Mary Jane being a seductive trickster. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It kind of like takes over your mind a little bit to the point that like you're not in as, I don't know if I'm a control freak or what it is that makes me not enjoy that experience. But I could see that. That's a good description of it. So on my 50th birthday, I decided to go to Disneyland on acid alone. What? That is a birthday and a half right there. That's wild. And I wanted to challenge whatever it was that scared me when I was on acid. I have the greatest day at Disneyland and nothing will ever scare me again. That's incredible, Tim. How was that, man? And whenever that was, that sounds like an incredible time. 50th birthday at Disneyland. I think that's what you got to do, though, is like you got to face that. Like at some point, you got to face those fears, and it could even just be a thought that you're struggling with. You have to face it, you know, and you got to come to a conclusion about it. Menno, what's up, buddy? I'm happy to have you on the chat. Thanks for joining in. Guys, I have exactly the same problem with THC now after smoking in a mushroom trip. It gets very intense high now, almost tripping my balls out. Dude, yes, welcome. I'm glad you joined because I'm there with you. Before I could smoke and go to school or work, now I get anxiety. Same here, dude. I would go home, and on the way home, I'd smoke, you know, or, yeah, like you said, professional setting. Like it's crazy how it switched. I do think it was because of smoking while tripping, because that just blows the lid off the top. Hamilton has a good episode where he chews. A good episode. I'll have to check that one out. I think I've probably seen it, but I'll have to check it out. That's one of those shows that like is like it's like an Office to me, you know, like The Office. You just throw it on in the background and you can always enjoy it. I've ate 3 gram Jack Hare decarboxylated. That was crazy bubble hash. I'm good on that. I can't even pronounce that, so I'll pass. No anxiety, but lots of not giving a shit. I have stuff to do. Wait. Oh, from smoking, I'm assuming? No anxiety, but lots of not giving a shit. Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's the way I used to to do it, right? I would smoke and then I'd just be like, oh, I'm just going to chill. It makes me enjoy the mundane a little bit better. It allowed me to enjoy my distractions more. But now when it's smoking, it's like it points out what I should be doing. So I don't know if that's like there's like a frightened component to that, or like if it's trying to show me like, dude, you aren't doing shit. But I just know I need to stay away from it for a little bit. But that's just me. Oh, Cosmic Giggle, what's up, buddy? Yo, what's up? I'm going to do a podcast soon, but I'll listen for a bit. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you tuning in. Who's your guest on today? Or do you have a guest, or are you doing solo? That solo one last time was great. It's a skill to be able to do that. And that was impressive, man. Like, whenever you feel like you don't have a guest or whatever, but you still want to record, just go for it, because you got that the ability to do it. That's for sure. Same way that like Ruben does videos, you know, he can just go on. And I'm not sure if I have that yet or not. It's just like really cool to see, though. I guess I have a habit of mega overdosing things. I'd say so, buddy. Daniel, I've been taking it for 3 years now. There's not been one day this year I haven't used ketamine. And I've had depression and extreme anxiety, and ketamine is the only thing that can kill my anxiety. It is a miracle in so many ways. Only problem is it's very bad for your insides. Take about 1 gram a day. When I K-hole, which I love, I hallucinate landscapes and fly over them and feel like I'm living lava lamp. A lot of misspellings there, Daniel, but I'm not going to get on you about them. You've been using it every day? Wait, for 3 years now, there's not been one day this year that you haven't used it. I mean, I'm glad it's helping you, but there has to be some downsides to it. I don't know if that's too much. I can't say for you, but like, sounds like it's a lot, man. But I'm glad that it's helping you out. That's for sure. That dissociative effect that you're describing, though, I think that's what the medicine is supposed to be doing, you know, is to take you out of your own situation. You have major PTSD a few times a day for years. Yeah, I could imagine resentment. That just drinking water. Yeah, it's nothing I'd want to subject myself to. It'd make me want to cry. Is just scary. Or if I looked up at the stars, I felt like I was falling. Scary open, and then you close your eyes and it's just vast. For a couple of years, I could spin things around in my mind's eye. I think that ability that you stated at the end, where you could spin things around in your eye, I don't know if that's something that is necessarily something that's bad or goes away. You know, it's like a visual. You can visualize things better, almost, is a good way of putting it. Dude, I have one very important question that I think a lot of people cope with. What if you have seen the light in one of your trips? You understand life. You don't want to live like you did before that. It's impossible because you get sucked back into society. The rest of your signing, yep. And the labeling holds you really back. What's the question there? I agree with what you're saying. I totally do, Menno. It is hard because, and that's something that we talked about to Joel in his podcast episode. I'm not sure what episode that was. It was fairly recent. And he was a veteran, an Australian veteran, and he went through hell, man, and like went to an ayahuasca retreat. And then when he came back, all of his destroyed relationships and things that like fell apart while he was going through his problems, they're all the same, you know, but he comes back this enlightened person, and it's just hard to grow with the people around you. You almost have to like help everybody else out around you. I think that's what it is. I've had that problem too, though, where I have an experience and then it's just like, I don't know what to do. You know, do I ditch the people that were there before, or like, what do I do? And I think you just got to talk to them about it. Like, in retrospect, I probably should have just talked to people about it and explained my viewpoint. I think that's probably the best way to do it, because if these people around you love you, you know, they'll be accepting of it. You know, you can't just frame it though as like, hey, you guys haven't grown. You know, that's the one thing you got to avoid. Look like at a sticker and just concentrate and slowly rotating around and then let it go, snap back. That's too much, man. I don't know what to tell you. That sounds crazy though. Tim and oneself need to come on the show and tell some of these stories. Yeah, no, exactly, oneself. I don't know why I didn't suggest that earlier. Thanks, Ruben. Tim and oneself both. Email help find the others at protonmail.com. That's Ruben's email. We'll get back to you. We'll get you on the episode. We'd love to hear these stories. That's the best place to do it, is a long form audio discussion. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and please do reach out. You could also join our Discord. I linked it above. I'll link it again down here. Let me see. Yeah. You could also join our Discord, reach out to us there. Either way, we'll be able to get back to you. Thank you. I'm having Chris and Maria to talk about mediumship. It'll be pretty fun. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Well, they were one of my favorite guests by far. I mean, everybody I love having on, but to get their perspective on what shamanism and mediumship was refreshing. It was it took away from the structure of what I thought it should be, and it painted it in a new light. And I actually had a reading with Chris, and I actually had a reading with both of them, and it went really well. And it wasn't anything that the skeptic part of me stopped believing in, because I let all that filter through the skeptic side of me. Sounds like a lot of ketamine. Yeah, Patrick. What's up, Patrick Manning? How you doing? You were in here when me and Ruben did the live stream. I appreciate you coming back. Thank you so much. It does sound like a lot of ketamine. Every day, gram a day. I don't know the dosages, but just anything every day other than oxygen and water is a little bit different. It's a little bit too much. I can think everything in discipline. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions for Psychic? I think that's any questions. Yeah, go ahead and throw them out there for Will. He'll pass them along to his podcast. Okay, so Will is the Cosmic Giggle. I should have brought this up earlier. He is a great friend of ours, and just a great guy. And he does the Cosmic Giggle YouTube channel. He does podcasts that you can get anywhere, and he does videos as well that you can get on YouTube. Both are great sources, and he can explain his ideas there. And I just think the way he thinks is really enlightened, and he's a really good communicator at those ideas. Ruben, I can flow on my videos thanks to years of practice. By pacing around talking to myself after everyone goes to bed. Oh man, I feel that though. The thin line between flowing and cray. Yeah. Sometimes I would go back and forth on that. I'd be like, wait, am I talking to myself too much? Are you crazy? Like angel and devil stuff, but just thoughts, not good and bad. But I think all the thoughts are good, right? Chris, what's up, man? Happy to have you here. Love you guys too. Yeah, we love all you guys that are here. Thank you for being a part of this community and giving us a reason to do this, It's awesome. It's awesome having you guys be a part of this and communicating with us. What do you want to change in the world and why? That is a deep question, man. I think the most of what I want to change is within myself, and I'm a firm believer that if I change myself, the rest of the world can change. And I don't know if that's ripple effect or that idea could be wrong, that ideology could be wrong, but that's what I believe. Whenever I look at a problem in the outside world, I look at the problem in my within. So that's how I kind of look at it. Obviously things like starvation, homelessness, things like that are all things I want to change, of course, but we can only control so much, and I think being an example and being somebody that whenever somebody comes into contact with you, your energy is something they can sense is a good thing. And I think that's what I try to strive to be. Not always good at it, but that's what I try to be. I have to put myself in the most uncomfortable position possible if I was ever going to do acid again, because I wanted to find whatever it was that horrified me and beat it. That's an interesting outlook, man. I wouldn't have thought about going to Disney World though. It's like, but that is definitely probably one of the most uncomfortable places. Like while you're tripping, like, were you able to hold your shit together, or were you just like sunglasses on, robot mode, kind of walking around? It was a life-changing experience, and now it's just a casual enjoyment of mine. That's beautiful, man. That mediumship episode brought me back to my awakening hard. Thanks, dude. I'm glad it did. Like, I don't know, it kind of brought belief into me for mediums. Like, before that, I was kind of super skeptical of it. Not that that was a good like mentality towards it, but I just was, and meeting them was pretty cool. Definitely shifted my perspective. Yes, you're right. I'm aware I'm taking too much ketamine. I wouldn't advise taking it every day to anyone. I have problems with my bladder from taking it so much. Also, like you said earlier, it cuts half the time, which has resulted in me having next to... Oh, dude. No nose left. Jesus, man. Come on, dude. Take care of yourself. There's other alternatives than ketamine to your problems, man. There's therapy. There's... I don't know. You just got to reach out, dude. That's sad. I didn't know. I guess I didn't even think about snorting ketamine. I forgot that's how you can do it. Oh, it got canceled. Yeah, well, I mean, whatever you're feeling, dude. If you're not feeling, like I said, if you're not behind it, don't do it. But if you're geared up and ready to do a podcast, hop on and record. I'm sure you can go. Or you could stay in the live chat and communicate here, man. Either way. Hey guys, do you guys know much about analog lysergamides like 1CP LSD? I don't know about 1CP. I do know about 1P, and I've tried it. It appears to be the real deal. It appears to be the same thing as what you'd get anywhere else. I think if I recall correctly, it was a ways back. But if I recall correctly, the 1P is like propyl something, and that breaks down in your body before the LSD component of 1P LSD hits you. So by the time that breaks down, the LSD comes in, it's exactly the same thing. So if you have an opportunity to take it and you're looking for it, it is an alternative. Menno, anyone that wants to have fun conversation or is just feeling lonely, please connect me on Instagram, Menno_CH, and let's just talk and help each other. Peace, brothers. Good night from the Netherlands. Hey, man, thanks for tuning in. I posted the Discord server. Please go to that. Like, we would love to have you join the community, any of you here, and we'd love to have you come and be a part of that. I will add you on Instagram too, and we can talk there too. But have a good night, and thanks for tuning in from Netherlands, man. I had no idea. Hopefully, I see you again on another live stream. Menno, save yourself. Don't try to save the world. Mother Nature always has the final word. She'll wipe us out, and then she'll wash her face. She'll kill us all, and then clean up this place. Yeah, and that's like poetic the way you said it. Yeah, nature will take care of itself. We're the ones that gotta worry. I took a structurally similar dissociative, and I took cranberry juice and milk thistle extract. I'm not sure what you're saying by that. I'm sure it's some way to avoid snorting, I'm assuming. Tim, I am part of Mother Nature and work through her. I don't remember how I got to that conclusion, but it seemed to help. The moment you give up is the moment we will fail. I think that's just giving up on yourself, though. So just don't give up on yourself. I don't think you have to. I think as long as you take care of yourself, your loved ones, your local surrounding community, things tend to work out in good ways. The overwhelming positivity is creating a loving field of this live stream. Thank you for what you do. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Disc Golfer. I appreciate it. I try to be positive, man. And a lot of it is me preaching, but I got to practice it more. And I think that this will help me practice it more, is coming on this and connecting with you all. I mean, this is like the wave of the future, I think. Like, it's almost like the new radio, you know? Coming on a live stream, and you get instant communication with the people listening. Like I think it's awesome. But thank you for your message, man. I really appreciate you tuning in. Like, the positivity might not be here if you weren't here. So, you know, it all works together. Oceans laugh at our spilled tankers, mountains laugh. Yeah, I agree, Tim. It'll all work. It'll all solve itself. It's us that have to worry about ourselves. Like, it's not selfish. That's just how it is, I think. 1CP very soon. Yeah, Patrick, try it out. Let us know how it goes, man. And if you want to tell your story on a podcast or on here, come on in and let us know. I'll be interested to see. It's crazy that it's like legal, right? That's crazy. Just because of that 1P. The world arises from the shadow of nothing. Yeah. That's true. I mean, that's how we all got here, man. Fault lines laugh as we shake in fear. Twisters laugh as our homes disappear. What are you doing? Are you like writing a poem? What's going on here? I agree with what you're saying, but what are you writing lyrics? Are you copy and pasting lyrics? But anyways, guys, it's about 2 hours. I honestly was gonna come on for like 10 minutes, and just see who would come in and see if I could kind of get my mind off of my surroundings. But this has been great. I think I'm gonna hop off in a little bit, but I can go for a little bit longer if you guys are still tuning in. My throat is starting to hurt though. Hey, Kenny. Hell yeah, man. What's up, buddy? Hey, some people in here had questions about salvia. I directed them your way. So you'll probably be hearing from a couple of people about chewing salvia and using it to treat psychedelic trauma. That was the topic. I just don't have any experience in it, so I pass them along your way. Thanks for tuning in, though, man. I really appreciate it. I decided to hop on out of the blue, and people came out. So pretty crazy feeling. Oneself, you said DXM. What is DXM? Isn't that like cough syrup? Or am I just completely uninformed on that? Look that one up. Yeah, that's cough syrup. Is that a dissociative too? I didn't know. Yeah, Kenny. Actually, what happened was that I was planning on going live tomorrow afternoon, but I was sitting around my apartment after your stream got off, and I was like, well, shit, might as well, man. Might as well test the waters. And I mean, it's going well, and even tomorrow I might hop on too. Thank you. I take cranberry tablets, but I haven't tried milk thistle extract. What is that for? I'm confused at what that milk thistle extract is for. Is that something that is for anxiety? I'm unsure. The Cosmic Giggle. Has anyone else run into this part in their journey where they start to feel crazy because of society? I was going through this the last couple months, and I had a great talk with my therapist. That helped me realize the crazy thing is part of the cultural reality tunnel. I think everybody, not everyone, I can't speak for everyone, but I think a lot of people of this community have gone through that, Will, and it's almost something that people have to overcome, right? Because doing this is crazy. What we are doing as a community with the experimenting and whatever is seen as crazy by the culture. So you kind of have to like disavow the cultural standard and just kind of do your own thing. It's hard to do though, and I do think though, like I said, it's something that people have gone through, and definitely if you're ever running into an issue with that, reach out, because it's a commonality, I think, between us all. It's the active ingredient in cough syrup, pretty popular. Yeah, I remember kids in my high school taking it like while going through school, um, like mixing it with Coca-Cola or whatever. I never did that. I didn't want to wreck the inside. Sending thoughts and prayers is more helpful than most realize. The energy released in a compassionate prayer, especially multiplied by many people simultaneously, can alter the energy of the earth. Oh, it's Chris. Wait, is this? I think this is the Chris I know, right? This is the Chris we had on the podcast. I'm almost positive, unless I'm tripping here. But yeah, man, if it is the Chris from the podcast, the theory presented on Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, that documentary, that really got me, man. I because it's something that I agree with, and it's something that I never was able to put into words. And that is that, like, you know, if, what was it, 30% of people put their energy towards something, it more than likely comes into existence. And I agree. Thoughts and prayers is really key for making any change or just helping people out in general. Much love, brother. Just saw that you were live and wanted to say what's up. Thank you, Kenny. Love you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Took 2 FDCK, which is similar to ketamine, and in my research, it countered some possible organ damage. That's not good, man. Anything that's going to damage my organs like that, I don't like. I'm going to stay away from. Especially chemicals. Like, research chemicals kind of weird me out. Like, I know it's just like an alternative, but it weirds me out. You were not able to hold your shit together at Disneyland. I can imagine, dude. I can't imagine. I wouldn't be able to do it either. Like it's made to be so vibrant and distractive, and like you're looking everywhere at this, you know. I couldn't imagine going through Disneyland. I've never been there, but I can only imagine like a roller coaster park or something like that times a million, you know. Took salvia when I was 14 years old. My mates didn't tell me what it was. It ripped me into oblivion for what felt like forever. Time completely dispersed. Then when I came back, everything was distorted. My mates looked like aliens to me when I came back. Dude, that sounds traumatic, dude. I'm almost sorry that you had to go through that. It sounds like a hell of an experience, but that's crazy. When did you get back to reality? Like, I know you said you came back and they still were, visuals were warped, but at what point after that were you just like, okay, I'm finally back here? Feel free to follow my Instagram, Myco Brothers. Yeah, man, will do. Thanks for sending it along. Let me pull that up. I just started using Instagram, by the way, so like I have a Help Find the Others account that I use, but I also have a personal account. I just haven't gotten into using it yet. I need to, though. But I definitely will follow you. Thanks for passing that along. My friend did DMT for the first time from a bong at a concert. He didn't know what it was. He was gone with the aliens taking tour of the universe. A long time. Me and him, we have brain linked into pure consciousness for about an hour spontaneously. Kids playing all around us. We're just sitting there. You could see the clock on the wall, everything, but we were in pure consciousness, like yoga sleep. That sounds... I'd never want to be doing DMT. I've never done it, but I never want to be in a public place like that doing it. That would not be good. Maybe I'm too skittish, but I don't see that being great. Hold up. We got a Ruben alert. Bitcoin over 10K. Hold up. Let me see if this man's fibbing. Oh, he is not. He is not fibbing. Hold up. I just gotta throw this up here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to work. He is not fibbing, folks. That's incredible, Ruben. Thanks for passing that along, dude. I should have like a live chart going while I'm doing this. Yeah, last chance to buy, Chris. You're right. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it's the last chance. We'll see. But it does seem like the resistance that was that occurred recently was all part of a swap from you know, sellers to buyers, and all the buyers are strong-handed people. I forget the terminology there. But dude, 10,000 $4. Thanks for passing that along, Ruben. Sorry for the negative poetry. I think it's creative, actually very positive. Oh, I didn't say it was negative, dude. I was just wondering if you were like copy and pasting it from somewhere. Or are you coming off your own idea of poetry? It was cool. I thought it was positive. I feel like Disneyland would be amazing personally. I do too, but this man took LSD at Disneyland to face his shadows. Like, he went in with the intention of facing that situation, as nerve-wracking as it can be, on LSD. And that would be too much for me, I think. That's awesome, Tim. That's creative as hell, man. I appreciate that. Are you all into Bitcoin or alts too? We've touched on this a little bit, Scott, and CryptoCast that we've done, but I am Bitcoin and Ethereum and very, very tiny amount of XRP, of Ripple. But I'd say 99.9% of my portfolio is Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum, and a tiny bit of XRP. In 2017, I bought Tron, and I rode that wave, and I had $20,000 USD balance at that point from $2,000 to $20,000. And that dump back down, I ended up breaking even on that. And I mean, a lot of that was my own mistake, but a lot of it was a lesson, you know, that altcoins aren't the way. For me, at least, that's what I've noticed. A lot will be there to make money, though. If you want to make quick cash, you can make money doing that. But I don't want to test those waters. I want something that I put it in that's less volatile than the altcoins. But if you have any tips or any good coins to look into, send them to me. I will. I guess I had been out of body for a few minutes. When I came back to, it was like looking at life for the first time. Very bizarre. I never looked at humans the same till this day. Yeah, I can sense that, man. Not that I sense it, but I could feel that from what you said. I'm sure it was a lot, dude. Especially you said you were 14. Can't imagine, man. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for being here. Remember what Churchill said: success is experiencing failure after failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Yeah, thanks, Tim. No, thanks for coming on and being a part of this, dude. It's all experimental for me, but you guys got me hooked on it, so I'm definitely gonna keep doing this. Thank you for being here, though. Just as much as you're thanking me for being here, thank you guys for being here. It means a lot. I tried to go to a trampoline park one time on 4.5 tabs of acid, but didn't have enough money to get in. Looking back, that probably was for the best. I totally agree, Will. Plus, like, if somebody was like, yeah, you don't have enough money to get in, I'd be like, wait, what? What does that even mean in this state? Like, I don't have enough to get in, but it's right there. I can get in. I could just walk in there. Like, wait, you know, it'd be too weird for me. But that'd probably be a wild time, that's for sure. Peace to you, brother. You're very positive. Good night. Hey, have a good night, Daniel. I appreciate you for coming on, man, and sharing your story. I'm gonna try to keep doing these though, so definitely come back and we'll keep talking about your story, everybody's story, and and keep communicating, man. And like, if you're overdoing it, or you think you're overdoing it or whatever, dude, there's, like I said, there's alternatives. So don't be afraid to reach out to me, to Ruben, to anybody. Join the Discord, and we're all here to help each other, you know? Help find the others, but also help the others, you know? Only other one than the three you mentioned is XTZ and ZIL. Let me take a look at these. Oh, that's Tezos. I've heard about that, and that actually hit a huge bump recently, didn't it? Oh yeah, it did. Climbing right now too. Tezos, and what was the other one? ZIL. What's ZIL? Zilica? I never heard of this one. I'll have to check those out. It does look like ZIL went kind of following the same pattern of Tron though. I do like Tron though with their partnerships. I do like their marketing and their partnerships, but I just don't know enough about the technology to support one either way, you know. I will check it out though. I definitely will check it out. And the Tezos, I need to look into that one because that one keeps coming up, and I can't keep ignoring that it's popping up in my life, you know. Once I was in a weird state, and it was like everybody was dead meat bodies, animated dead meat. It was so creepy. I could feel it inside me too, but I was realming me and the surroundings at once. I don't know what the end means, but the beginning, that's wild, dude. I don't know about that. Like I would not feel comfortable with that understanding that you came to. I'm gonna stream for, I can stream for like 13 more minutes. I need to get more water at some point, but that'd be 2.5 hours, and I can't believe that it actually has been that long. It's been phenomenal talking to you guys. Love the live cast. Thanks, Scott. Thanks for being a part of it, dude. We'll keep trying to do more and more. ZIL is going to have 10% staking by end of month, so that'll probably get big. It's gone from 98 to 47 market cap in the last month. Yeah, I agree. I just don't know how much of these numbers are real or not, you know? Like, I'm not sure. I don't know your history with crypto, but like, if you were part of it in 2017, you can see how a lot of it's just rumor and hype, you know, and only the good ones stick around. Like, there's some coins that were forced to rebrand, you know, or were obviously fake, you know, after the decline. Before the decline, you know, everybody's talking about them and everyone's hyping them up, and the smart ones got out in time. But I just don't have enough knowledge. We have somebody in our community, his name's Ridgeback. He has a lot of knowledge about the technology and the understanding where he can say like, yeah, that technology is needed, and yeah, that will work. I don't have that. I just kind of go off of feel and then what other people are telling me that I trust, and my own experience, which is that like Bitcoin is here to stay, you know. So I kind of just make my dollar cost average purchase there, and just let it sit, hopefully go up. But we'll look into ZIL though, because at the beginning, dude, another thing about those small coins is like, it's so enticing, right? It's like, oh, I can buy so much of this coin that if it goes up 50%, like it's massive, you know, or like the odds of it going up 50% are a lot more than the odds of Bitcoin going up 50%. So there's a lot of greed behind that too. But that's crazy that it went up, you know, almost 50 spots on the map or on the charts. I'm looking at the chart right now. Bezos. What's crazy though is that like all these coins kind of follow the same pattern of Bitcoin. So I think that's like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So like that's what I see, and that's why I invest in those two for the most part, is that those are the lead dogs, you know, everything else kind of follows suit. Feels like pins and needles. Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in. How often do you smoke, Stan? So Menno came in the chat and actually was talking about, he asked me, or no, Lysergic Yogi asked me how the no THC was going. I haven't smoked recently. Um, I don't know what it is. I was documenting it a little bit, or I was detailing it a little bit earlier about how like it would be like paranoia or anxiety or just an uncomfortable feeling that I'd get from it, you know? And I don't know if that's my surroundings or what it is that brings it out, but I would always get that on THC. And it would either be like, hey, I got to lock myself in my room and make music, and great music. Some of my music that I'm most proud of has come out of that, where I just say like, all right, I'm locking myself in, I'll smoke, but I have to be in here for like 4 hours until that feeling goes away, but I'll be making music during it. That's been great, you know, but I haven't had that recently. But I did buy a lot of CBD flower and CBG flower, and both of those have been good. I've been enjoying them, and there's definitely a feeling to those. Like, it's not, a lot of people think it's placebo, and for people that smoke THC regularly, I'm sure it doesn't do much. But for somebody that's coming off of a clean slate, you know, it's definitely something. And I try to smoke every day of that, and it helps with anxiety, and I'm sure it helps with my calmness and whatnot. It helps me remove myself from like highly emotional situations, which is good and bad. But yeah. What about you, Will? You smoke every day, right? I love your videos where it's just like, all right, here's the story I'm about to tell you guys. But then after that, I'm ripping this bong. Like, I think that's it's like a novel idea. Like no one else I see doing that. Anybody have any topics though for a podcast episode, or um another live chat whenever that happens that you guys want me to cover? I'd love to write them down and have something to go off of the next time I hop on. I might hop on tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but this was this was entirely impromptu. So next time I'll post like a notice on the YouTube or something that, or on the Discord, that is like, hey, this is coming up. People will know actually. I just got that Coinbase alert, 10,000. That's incredible. That happened rather rapidly too, over the course of like a few days, I think. Hope everybody's staying safe though. Keep getting notifications on my phone about the protests and the looting and all that, and I just really hope everybody's staying safe out there. And once again, thank you all for coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start wrapping things up. I just want to go through and thank everybody for being a part of this. Joshua, thanks for coming on first and opening up a conversation. I really appreciate it. Preston, thanks for coming on. One Self Resentment, thank you. Who else we got? Kitty, thank you. I know you're still on. I appreciate it. Scott T, thank you for coming on and asking me questions and participating in communication. It's been awesome. Tim Renaud, thank you. Dingleberry Dreams, I hope you're still delivering the weed for the people, man. Thanks for doing that job. I'm sure that's a lot of people's way of getting their medicine and or recreational smoke or whatever. So you're doing great work out there, man. Thank you. Thanks for coming on and participating even while you're doing that. Ruben, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. As always, you've done so much for this channel, so you've done like all of it. So thank you. Derek, thanks for tuning in, man. Pure Perceived Lysergic Yogi, thank you. Thanks for asking me a couple of questions. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Don't want to miss anybody. Daniel, stay well, man. Stay safe, stay well. Like I said, if you need anything, reach out. Sarah Doe, thank you for tuning in and asking questions. I appreciate it. Disc Golfer 420, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. In the Woods, as always, my friend, I appreciate you. Menno, thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate that my perspective resonated with you, and also somebody else is out there that their perspective is the same as mine. You know, it's comforting in that. So thank you for tuning in and speaking up about it. Cosmic Giggle, Will, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on and being a part of this. I hope your podcast goes well, by the way. Forgot to say that. Patrick Manning, thanks for tuning in both live streams. I think you might have been one of the only people that did both live streams, so thank you for tuning in. I'll follow you on Instagram too. I wrote down just now your handle, and I'll go ahead and follow you. Chris, thank you for all you've done, man. I really appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in and communicating and participating. Tonight Dimension, Kenny. Not much to say, man. I I love you and appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this. Thanks for inspiring me to do this, honestly. Before this, it was just before your streams, it's just an idea in my mind, and you gave me the fuel to the spark to do it. So thank you. I think that's it though. Let me see. Peace out, guys. Hopefully catch your next stream. Yeah, Patrick, see you, man. See you oneself. And like I said, if anybody wants to reach out, it's helpfindtheothers at protonmail.com. I'll throw that in the bottom here. And also the Discord channel. If you're interested in the Discord channel, I put it up. I put it above. So go ahead and check that out. Join our community for sure. This was my first time chatting live with you guys. Yeah, thanks, man. This was my first time chatting live with you guys just by myself. So it's been great. It's likewise. Thank you. I agree. CBD is awesome. It is awesome. I love having like 90% CBD joint with 10% THC. I do have a half and half. I need to maybe start experimenting with 9-to-1 or like something like that. I could see myself getting back into THC with that. 10,200. Keep climbing, man. Is it going that fast right now? Hold up. Wow. Well, I know what I'll be watching. I'll be watching the Bitcoin charts tonight. But I'm chilling on the THC. I basically trip when I get super high, and I figured smoking that every day wasn't the best. That's the same understanding I came to. Keep the good vibes up, my dude. Yeah, man, you as well. Thanks for coming on, being a part of this. So I just smoke every few days. Thanks, brother. Take it easy. Alien soon. You better don't flake on it. I know you're busy with the protests, being a cop and all, but just alien soon. Every weekend. All right, see you guys. I'm hopping off. I'm just hitting 2.5 hours of a stream right now. So thank you all for coming in. I love you all. Stay safe. I'll see you again soon, no doubt.